Welcome back to the Maker Society. In this one, we're going to start prepping this PSP for shipment to our first place winner, Julius. So what we're needing to do in this one, I'm going to take it apart and we're going to take off the screen protector that's on the LCD. I normally don't like to do that until right before it's getting, oftentimes these are given to friends of mine, but I don't like to do it until right before I give it to them. That way anything that happens to the screen after that's not on me. We're also going to flash the SD card with his chosen operating system with Batocera, and then we'll get it all packaged up and shipped off. These things should ship out on Monday, which is the 26th. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to flash the SD card. So we're going to go to Other Mods GitHub, and we're going to scroll down to the operating system's wiki page. Now we can either grab Other Mods, Batocera, or the ones that I prefer to use are the ones from Koza. So what we're looking for is Batocera here. This release is just a hair over a month old at this point. So we scroll down to the assets, Batocera 41, and there's two files we need to download because Batocera is now over 2 gigs, so it has to be split into 2 parts. So we need to download this one and this one. Now I've got both of those downloaded already. So we're going to go to the folder, and we're going to right click, and it doesn't show you the context window when I right click on it. I'm going to right click, I go to WinRAR and extract files here. You can see we have our new file here, and it moved it down here. Now that's extracted, we're going to open up the Raspberry Pi imager. And we're going to choose operating system, use custom. In the window that pops up, select Batocera, open. And we make sure that our SD card is plugged in. Then we click storage, select that, and then we just click next. Do you want to apply OS customizations? We're going to say no. And yes, we know all of the data is going to be erased. Now we're going to let this finish it. And once it's finished, we're going to pop it into the PSP just to make sure it's all working before we take it apart and remove that screen protector. Okay, we can remove the SD card now, and we'll pop back over to the PSP. And back over to the PSP, we're going to pop this in, make sure it all works. Okay, now it's resizing and formatting the SD card. Once this is done, Batocera, it'll restart and then Batocera will boot. I'm just going to mute the audio for now. enable button on your device to configure. And then we press and hold a button to skip. There we go. We're going to push that up to turn it off. There it goes. Let it fully shut down, and then we're going to take her apart. Okay, so let's get this apart. Take off the battery cover. And actually, we're going to remove the battery at this point. Julius is in the Philippines, which means he can't get the battery I can't ship the battery to him. So I might as well remove it completely at this point. When I put this back on, I'm going to put a little piece of Kapton tape in here. So you can easily remove this, remove the Kapton tape, and then pop the UMD door back in once you have a battery installed. You can install the battery without removing this, but it's a pain in the butt. And actually, while we're in here, I'll install the 2 screws for the carrier board. I normally don't install these for myself because I change things often. Now, extra side tip, a normal multi-bit precision screwdriver won't work for these 2 screws, so like the iFixit toolkit won't work for these 2 screws. You'll want like a dedicated precision screwdriver, or, and this isn't an endorsement, the LTT screwdrivers have a longer shank here as compared to like the iFixit ones, which are about that long. So it's like these ones don't fit in to fit the screw. The fact that it's got this longer, narrow shank means that they actually reach down far enough to get to the screws. Now the downside is it's almost inevitable that dust is going to get in there and get on the screen. I can pretty much guarantee it. The PSP originally had like a little foam piece that goes all the way around, and it's attached to the screen. The new screen obviously doesn't have that, so there's any dust that's in the console will get popped around and it'll eventually be on the screen. And also, any of the blemishes you see there, this screen wasn't perfect. It's the downside to using, a used PSP. This one's in good shape, but it's not in fantastic shape. But when the display's on, you don't see any of that anyways, so I wouldn't be concerned about it. Now we're going to put the screws back in. Now, as a note for that, you can get aftermarket front faces, but I find any of the aftermarket PSP stuff it's just low quality. I would rather have one like this with some blemishes on the screen rather than a perfect condition aftermarket one. They're just not very good, as noted by the clear one and all the problems that I've had with it. And speaking of the clear one, our second place winner, Dennis Moore, still hasn't responded to my email. So he also hasn't, or he has until Monday at end of day. And otherwise, I'm moving on to our third place winner, which is Eric Guy. So Eric, be on the lookout as of like Tuesday for an email from me, because if I don't hear back from Dennis, the clear one's yours. So when you get your new battery, be very, very cautious with the plus and the minus. I'll send you a link that has them orientated the right way, but when you go to plug it in, make sure your red wire's up top here and your black wire's on the bottom. Black to the plus, or black to the minus and red to the plus. You can absolutely just fry everything out of this if you hook up that battery wrong. I'll send you a link to a direct one, and if when you get it, it isn't in the right orientation, shoot me a message and I'll help you get it soldered. Because you can repin them to move them around the right way. All I'm going to do, put a little bit of Kapton tape, so when you get this, just remove the tape. This is just to make it easier to remove without really needing any tools. You should just be able to pull and it'll come out like that. And then remove the tape. And you only really need to do that once you have the battery. And this will still work without the battery so long as you've got the charger. So the next thing, now that we have no battery in it, we're going to test the charger that I'll be sending you. I'll be sending you this charger. It does not have this power cable because the only ones I have are North American style. But any of the, I call them the figure 8 ones, but the 2-pin power blocks with both sides rounded, they fit in this. So like that. Plug that into your charger. And we've got our music playing in the background now. It says it is, but it's not, because we've got it muted. We can unmute. There we go. Turn it down a bit so when you first boot it up, you don't get blasted by the sound. But... Alright, and that's it. So now let's get it packaged. So what you're getting, you're going to get this, the original sleeve, the OEM charger, the PSPi. SD card's going to stay in there, it'll ship with it, pre-installed. You're going to get 2 screen protectors, which I don't recommend using because they look silly on it. So I mean, if you look, they're not even quite the right size for the display. Plus, there's no ridges on this. You put this on, you're going to have a lip. I think they're silly, but I'll include them just in case you want them. And you're going to get one of the stickers from Other Mod. I'm going to stick the Other Mod sticker in this little bag here, and actually I'm going to take this screen protector out and also see, you can see, like it's close to the right size, but it wouldn't look right to me. I'm going to put it into this little bag too. Both these bags are going to go on top of it. I'm going to slide it all into the case to give it a little bit of shipping protection by being in there. And it's going to get shipped in this very fancy gift box. Yes, it's a flimsy box. That's okay. We're going to bubble wrap the crap out of it. I feel pretty confident that I could throw that through a brick wall and it would survive just fine. Now I'm going to put a little bit of bubble wrap on this. This is not nearly as important to have it. Now, because this would look kind of silly going through the mail, although it is indestructible now, it's going to go into this bag. I'm going to slap this right here. This is a shipping label. So this is going to go here. I'm going to tape it one more time. And then the actual Canada Post shipping label will go on that side. I'm not going to show me doing this part, just because I don't want your address to get out to everyone. So that's where I'm going to end this. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe stay tuned. I will likely be running another one of these giveaways. This was fun. Once again, congratulations, Julius. And Dennis, check that email, otherwise I'm skipping you by. And until next time, remember, it doesn't matter if you make or break, as long as you're having fun.